Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video I'm going to be sharing some advice that helped me to secure a placement in the UK as an international student. So if you don't know what a placement is a 12-month internship where you take a year off out of your degree program to go out in the industry, work and get experience, and you can only do this if your degree supports you to take a placement. Some people take work internship for 3 months, other people take it for 12 months. So if you're going to take a 12-month internship, then it's supposed to be like 1 year out of your degree just to work. Some of them are unpaid, but most of them are paid. So let's get right into the meat of the matter, the tips that helped me to get a placement in the UK. So number one is to start applying early. I didn't really start applying early, which is something I wish I did. I just felt lazy at the beginning of the semester. That was around September to start applying. There were lots of coursework to do. I had my job to go to, and I hated the idea of writing CVs and cover letters and all of that. But I realized later on that a lot of companies that I wanted to work for, their openings had closed by the time I started applying, which was around December. If you want to have more chances of getting a placement, you need to start applying as soon as you start your year, which is in September. Just start looking for placements if you know that year you want to do placement. My second advice is to apply to as many jobs as possible. This brings me back to the days when I was applying, because it was painful, I can't lie. For every single company that you apply for, you need to tweak your CV. So you cannot just send off one CV to like 50 companies and be like, oh yeah, I've applied. You have to like tweak your CV and make it more job specific. And in my case, I wrote cover letters. So a cover letter should be a particular reason why you want to work for that company and why you're fit for that company. So it has to be like company specific. And every company has like a different recruitment process. Just applying to one company alone can take you like a whole day. I applied to at least 20 companies. I literally took the whole of my December holidays to apply to companies. And after I secured my placement, my department had a meeting with other students who had gotten their placement. They told us that from their statistics, most students who get at least one offer have applied to at least 25 companies. So for every offer, you have to send out 25 applications. Just think of that and let that be your motivation. Like, I need to crank out as many CVs and cover letters as I can. Like, if you're in that situation where you're applying, lots of love to you, lots of best wishes, because I know how hard it can be and how frustrating, but really don't give up. Like, you have an end goal and it's to get a job, and you know you have to put in the work at the start. But 3 is make use of your school's resources. So your school should have like a career and employability team, or even your lecturers. If your school doesn't have a career and employability team, you can go to your lecturers and be like, can you please help me with my CV or cover letter, can you review it? Before I started my applications, I booked a CV clinic, if you want to call it that way, with my career and employability team, and they told me where to get resources on how to write CVs and cover letters. And then they gave me some advice, like general advice on CV writing, and they told me if you want us to review it after you're done, book an appointment anytime you want and we can review your CV with you, which was very helpful, because all the CVs I'd written were for like informal jobs which did not require so much experience, so it was like pretty easy to do. But this one was for a proper role, so it had to be not perfect, but it had to be like, you know, up there, because placements, I cannot lie, are very competitive. So you really have to put in the work to make your CV as good as possible, and you don't have to do it on your own. You can get help if you have to. Another thing I really found that was helpful was my department. Personally, I don't know if your school does this, but they sent out some job openings that they came across for their students. If they found a job opening that relates to their course, they would send it all across to the students and be like, oh, this company is recruiting for this, apply to this company. So I saw one of those emails and they spoke about a company called Unveil, which was recruiting for a placement student, and I saw that they only had one opening for the placement, and I did not bother applying for it because I was like, oh, a lot of people are going to apply and they only have one opening. But it turns out that nobody actually applied for that role. Like, as crazy as it is, they needed just one application, but nobody applied for the role. They had to even extend their deadline, and the only person that applied was my friend. Because I spoke to my personal tutor, I told her I was actually looking for a job, and she said, "Oh, did you see this unfilled email? They have an opening." I was like, "Yeah, I saw that, but they only need one person, so I didn't bother applying. I'm sure they would have got it." And she was like, "Oh no, they actually extended the deadline. If you really need a placement, like, apply to them and stuff." So at that time, I just got my Caterpillar offer. My friend was also looking, so I told my friend, and my friend applied, and yeah, that's where she's doing her placement right now. So don't care about how many people have applied or how many people they need, just apply for the job, because you never know. If you don't apply, you will never get it. If you apply, you might get it too. Yeah, do apply. And also, your school's resources are very important. Your school could have partners, and those partners like have a commitment to your school and may only want students from your school. So yeah, if you see a job posting by your school, apply to those ones first. I believe those ones should be like top of your priority list to apply for. My first interview was with Caterpillar. That was my only interview actually. So I want to believe I was good enough for them to hire me. I think the things that really helped me in my interview was preparation. I think I was over prepared for my interview. I was like, if I don't get it now, I'll probably never get it again. This is my chance to secure a placement. So I have to do every single thing within my powers to do well at this interview. These are the only people that gave me an offer, and I'm going to make sure that this offer carries on until they hire me, you know. So I prepared for the interview. Everything nowadays is just at your fingertips. I just went online, found YouTube videos on common interview questions, and I cannot lie, those things work. Like, a lot of questions that I prepared for, those are the questions that came. And my next tip is to practice with someone who knows what they're doing. So after you've watched the videos and everything, it's good to have like a mock interview session with someone who is experienced. I was lucky to have a master's student as a friend, and he helped me through the interview process. I was really stressed on the day before, and he was like, "You know what, let's just have a mock interview and I'll ask you questions." And my third tip is to be passionate about the role. When you're preparing for an interview, you have to do your in-depth research about the company and find out things that you really like about the company, things that make you feel like, wow, I really want to work for this company. Show them that you're passionate, like really excited for this opportunity, for the role. Everything about your interview should be, you know, how you can add value, or how you're perfect for that role, and how you and the company fit each other. Moving on to my assessment center, which was the final stage of my Caterpillar recruitment. I think it was a 4-hour online assessment center, and we had to do a group exercise, presentation, and interview as well. We already spoke about the interview. An assessment center is really like just a group of candidates who are applying for maybe the same or different roles, coming together to like go through the recruitment procedure together. And sometimes they like try to make you guys work as a team. What they're looking at is leadership, team working, communication. So that's what you're really supposed to try and portray, and you're not supposed to be like the quiet one in the corner just listening to other people say stuff or do stuff. You have to like be proactive, like make them see you, but not in a bad way. You try to engage as much as you can so they have something to rate you on, to like stay in their minds. That's really everything about the group exercise. And the presentation was me presenting a coursework that I'd done at school, which I thought was relevant for the role. During the presentation, what they want to see is, I think, your presentation skills, things that you have done that could be relevant to the role you're going in, or your level of expertise. It doesn't really have to be in that specific area. Just try to take something that you've done either in school or out of school and just mold it, shape it into something that it could be relevant to the role. And finally, the interview, which I already spoke about. But yeah, that was really my recruitment process, the things that I wish I knew before starting, the things that really helped me. I want to talk about rejection. I can sit here and give you advice, you know, do this and do that, and you know you're going to get the placement, but that's just not how it goes. It's a long process. There are lots of rejections in it, and sometimes you just feel like giving up. Sometimes you lose hope. But I really want to encourage you, like, you can do this. I applied to like 20 jobs and I got one, literally one offer, one interview, and that was the job I got. So 19 rejections, like every single day. I would open my email and see, oh, so we're sorry to inform you that you're not retained. It will just break me. But you know, you have to keep going. Rejections are a real thing, and you just have to get comfortable with not being the right person for a role, because you know there's a perfect role for you out there. There's a perfect employer out there for you, and sometimes when one door closes, another opens. So we really need to have winning spirit and an open spirit. So yeah, I really wish you the best of luck if you're looking for a placement, and all of my encouragements, lots of love, and my best wishes really. I hope that this video has been helpful or will be helpful to you. If you have any other tips on how to get a job or placement or internship that I have not mentioned and you think is really relevant, please leave them in the comment section for another person to be blessed by your experience. And until next time, I'll see you. Bye bye.